I've been wrestling now for 23 years. I started bodybuilding in Honolulu, Hawaii, where all the professional wrestlers used to come and work out at. And actually, that's how I really got started out in. And there was a guy named Johnny Baran, Handsome Johnny Baran, they call himself. And I used to come out there and work out a lot. And of course, this is where all the professional wrestlers used to come out, and that's how I got involved in it. I always wanted to be the best. I always wanted to climb the highest peak, wherever it is, especially in the profession. If there's a ring that's in a certain level, that's high and everything else. And then when it became a time when they had a cage match, then I just went, whoa, okay. Now we're reaching, a different level here. And but yes, sir, the higher the mountain, the cooler the breeze, and that's where I would like to be. I have probably 1,000 moves, but my most important move is the Superfly. Splashing them, getting on top of the cage and just come down and just crashing the guy. When I got involved in professional wrestling, I thought, I would try something like this from the top of the rope. And when it became something that was successful for me, then I called it the Superfly. Actually, there might be the target, but actually I'm the one that has to be in control to make sure that everything is okay. Meaning as make sure that when I do land on them, I don't have to put them away for good, but just, temporary only. It was in a cage match in the Madison Square Garden, and that was against Don Morocco. Normally, I don't keep, tracks of the heights of the cages that I jump off, but from the bottom floor to the top of the cage and me standing on top of it and then flying off of it, I would say between 25 and 30 feet high. Right now, I'm still wrestling. I travel all around the world, and I'm wrestling mostly right now, mostly independents, and I wrestle about 2 or 3 times a weekend. Do autograph session at times, during the weekdays. I've been very successful with taking good care of myself, and other than that, being hurt sincerely, no, I've been very lucky about that. And I do a lot of training every day, and to keep yourself in good physical condition, in other words, to be in our profession. This was Roddy Piper's pit, and I came out to the pit, and he was asking me all kind of questions like, are you the Superfly Jimmy Snuka? And I go, yes. And he says, are you a very popular wrestler? I go, yes. And he says, well, now you're standing here with me in my pit and everything else. And he turns around and he says to me, he says, Superfly Jimmy Snuka, he says, I got some presents here for you. I said, okay. So what he did is that he had a bag right in front of him. And what he's been doing is that first he would pull out a banana, which I'm sure that, I'm sure that he's making fun of me since that I'm from the islands and I'm from the jungle and everything else. So now he's probably making fun of me, which is okay, no problem. He pulls out a banana, he pulls out a pineapple, and then he pulls out a coconut. Not one coconut, but 1, 2, or 3 of them. And then the last coconut he pulled out, he says, I want you to hold on to this microphone. So I grabbed the microphone and I said, are you making fun of me? And he says, making fun of you. So he kind of like turned his head around. He had this one coconut in his hand. He took that coconut and he smashed it over my head. And I went down. A coconut is a coconut. But I got your back, Piper, and it'll never stop. As long as I see you on the road, it'll happen again. I superflied him and demolished him for good. You remember that one knee of yours, right, brother? Don't forget it. The Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Love you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.